Hi everybody, welcome to CHEM 234 lab. This is an online asynchronous lab. I will be your instructor for the course. This is my email and my cell phone number, my direct cell phone number. So please, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. We will start our labs on September the 1st. I have included at the end of the syllabus the course outline. We will be covering 11 labs for the semester. And every week we're going to release a lab starting from September the 1st. All our labs, most of them actually, unless we have a holiday or something, most of our labs will be due on Mondays at 11:55 p.m. The labs are going to be released every Tuesday at 9 in the morning. So please make sure don't get behind and make sure that you submit your labs on time. Okay. What I did is that I released all the labs at once. I don't want it to be overwhelming for you, but I know that some of you would like to work ahead. You can go ahead and do this, but please put a note that every single lab is related to a course topic. So make sure that you cover the reactions, or make sure that the reaction for that particular lab is covered in lecture before you go ahead and you proceed to do the lab. Regarding the course material and the structure of the course, there's only one platform that I want you to purchase. This is not for free. We would need a subscription. You can get the subscription either through the library, they sell it, and this is part of the first day complete, by the way. Or you can go to eCampus and not eCampus actually. You can go through this website and purchase that. I've included this website in eCampus as well. So if you go to eCampus and you go to Beyond Labs link, this is the direct link for the website in there. This is if you want to purchase the platform aside from the bookstore, then you just hit purchase in there. They increased their prices, by the way. What we need is the general and the organic chemistry package. The library, I believe, they sell the full access package. Either one of those is more than enough for organic 2 labs. So all what you need to do is purchase, and once you do this, probably they're going to give you a code or something, and then they're going to ask you to create a username and password. Please go ahead and create a username and password. Now, this step I want everybody to do, and it's very important to join the class. It doesn't matter how you purchase Beyond Labs, through the website or through the bookstore. I want you to join the class group in there. So to join the class group, this is the step that you need, and this is the only time that you're going to log using the Beyond Labs website. All experiments are accessed within eCampus. So right now we're gonna join the class. This is a one-time thing. So you're gonna go ahead and log in. I already have a username and password, and you should have a username and password. If you don't, please create one. And then once you create a username and password, it's gonna take you to this page. Probably your page will have a lot of experiments in it. These are not your experiments by any chance. Okay, so let my data load over here. So basically what you need to do is just go to groups. Okay, and once you go to groups in there, we're gonna hit to join a group. You're not gonna see any of these courses. You're only gonna see your Chem 234 lab section for a particular year. We're 2026. So all what you need to do is just do join a group. Okay, maybe you need to hit on your section and then do join a group in there. You need a code. From where to get the code? Here you go. You go to eCampus. There's a message that I posted on eCampus, and inside the message there is a code over here. So this is your class code. Do Control C, copy that, and simply paste it, and then hit save. This is it. You joined the group. You joined your class group, which is the 234 Fall 2026. By you doing this, you are giving me access to your workbook. So when you do the experiment, every single experiment, Every time you do the experiment, you need to save your work through the workbook. And once you save your work through the workbook, I can log into your workbook and I can trace your steps in there. I can see your spectrums, your spectroscopy spectrums. I can see your work so that if you do a mistake in the synthesis, I would easily check this out and I would let you know. So this step is very important and it is a must for every single student in this class to do to give me access to your workbook by simply joining the class group. Link, we're not going to use this link unless you want to purchase. Okay, there are some certain videos, two videos in there. These are like introduction videos for the platform. Please go ahead and watch these. This one comes in handy whenever you are doing your reaction in there. At the end, you want to characterize your reaction, so you want to check the purity of your product in there and analyze your product. So to do this, you need to run NMR, proton NMR, and IR spectra. Sometimes it's hard to zoom in into the NMR and IR spectra, so this short video will walk you through the process. Also, if you're, because in the worksheet, in your worksheet, lab worksheet, you are requested to upload the mechanism for every single reaction. Guys, this is so important. You have to upload the mechanism for every single reaction. And if your file is too big, then this is where to go. So if you press on this folder in here, there is the mechanism upload for every single lab. So go ahead and upload your mechanism in there if your file is very big and you cannot upload it in your actual lab report sheet. These are spectroscopy tables that come in handy whenever you're analyzing spectroscopy. Labs start from here, you guys. Here, this is going to be our first lab. So how does the lab look like? Every experiment will have either a video or a supporting information that you have to look at before you start the actual experiment. You have to be familiar with the mechanism of the reaction so that you would know what reagents you are going to use in order to perform your reaction in there. For experiment number one, I've included a video on how to work the actual Beyond Labs experiment. And then I've included a video over here on the reaction mechanism. It's the oxidation of alcohols. It's just a revision here on oxidation of alcohols and how you oxidize primary alcohol into a carboxylic acid, secondary alcohols. These are oxidized into a ketone. And the primary alcohols can either be oxidized into an aldehyde or a carboxylic acid, depending on the strength of the oxidizing agent. So please watch this video. It just will remind you about the reagents that you would need to do for oxidation. And then this over here is just a sheet or a supporting information on the mechanism of the reaction. Because at a certain point during whenever you are filling up your worksheet, you will be asked about the mechanism of the reaction. Do not upload this one, just write it with your own handwriting and make sure that you are starting with the right starting material. This is propanol. You might not start with propanol in your reaction. You might start with a butanol. It depends on the actual experiment. So please make sure that you start with the right alcohol and proceed with the mechanism of the reaction. And then your actual experiment is here. Okay. So all what you need to do is just press on this experiment. And I'm just going to go ahead and look at the teacher's preview in here. Okay, so this is your actual experiment. It's going to start by the synthesis procedure. And you need to press this link in order to start the experiment. This is the procedure, and this is the actual lab work in here. So in here, you can find your reagents, you can proceed to do your experiment. So I would normally, what I would do, I would like to open this link in a new link there. Okay. Did I open the Beyond Labs? I shouldn't. Yeah, here you go. So we're going to open it as a new link. And we're going to put I I'd like always to put the procedure on one side and open the organic synthesis lab on the other. So it's going to open into this lab bench over here. We're going to scroll all the way down, and this is the alcohol oxidation lab. So you are requested to go ahead and choose the reagents in there and the solvents in here. Just be consistent that if you are using an organic reagent, then you would need an organic solvent. So stay away from the water. Most organic solvents are diethyl ether in there. So at the beginning of the experiment, it tells you the target. So I know that I am making an acid. And to make an acid, I need to start with a primary alcohol. Simple as that. So I need to start with a primary alcohol. Check what type of acid you are making, benzoic acid. So I have to start with a benzyl alcohol. So that will be your starting material in there. I did a special video for this reaction, which is called video one in the lab one folder. So please go ahead and watch it. But in this short video, I want to show you how to save your labs in there. So in the stock room, you will get your material. The live data lets you monitor your reaction, and then the lab book. So once you're doing the reaction in there, you are requested to go ahead and do TLC, thin layer chromatography for your reactants and for your products in there. So every time you do thin layer chromatography, just make sure that you save the lab. So every time you do chromatography, this is a chromatography in there. So if you have your flask here that does have all the stuff in it, you just grab your chromatography to the flask or to the hot plate and take a chromatography. Once you take a chromatography, you're just going to hit save lab. Once you hit save lab, your chromatography is going to show up here. Okay. You are requested to also calculate the RF values. So to calculate the RF value, all what you need to do is just to bring a ruler to the screen and measure the distance from the spotting line to the center of the spot and divide this over the full distance of the solvent front. And the full distance is from basically from here to here. Okay. Always your RF is less than 1. Max is 1. 1 means that it's all the way up here. More than 1, it ran out of the plate. So just make sure that your answers does make sense. But the point is, every time you hit save, your pictures, your synthesis is going to be saved in your workbook so that I can access that workbook and trace your steps in there. Um, let's go ahead and maximize this a bit. Another thing that I want to say is that these are free answers, so I need to grade them. Um, Answers are not revealed for you. So, for example, for every time, whenever you're doing synthesis, it's going to ask you go ahead and list all your starting material, solvent, reagent, and products. Honestly, guys, list everything that you've used. Okay, so you list everything that you have used in there, and just hit submit question. It's not going to tell you if it's right or wrong, or maybe like it will grade it and tell you that your answer is wrong. Just move on because all of these are question answer and the system will not grade them properly, so I have to grade. So just move on. Every single question when you answer, just hit submit. And there, please remember that the TLC value should not be more than 1 when you do the calculation. If it's 0, this means that you are not seeing a spot on the plate. Then if this is the case, then you go ahead and you put 0 in there. Mechanism, you have to upload the mechanism in here, and it tells you once you upload the file. If your file is too big and you cannot see it, then please go ahead and upload it to eCampus where I showed you. Also, I cannot read an HEIC extension file, so do not use this extension. Change your files into either JPEG or PNG or either PDF. All of these I can read, but HEIC extension, I cannot read it. And then for the interpretation of the spectra of the NMR and the FTIR spectra in there, please read your instructions. Whenever you are interpreting the FTIR spectra, it tells you that you need to read your all your peaks from left to right. Please read them from left to right so that it's easier for me to grade. Same thing for the proton NMR. And at the end of the lab, all what you need to do is just submit the last question. So every question has its submit button, but make sure that you submit every single question and you submit the last question in there. Once you do that, then you submit your whole lab. You do have 3 trials for every lab. But again, it's not going to tell you if it's right or wrong. Once you go ahead and you submit your first lab, I'm just going to grade that. And if your grade is low, then I'm just going to go back and ask you to redo the lab again and fix whatever you need to fix so that you can improve your grade. We're going to do this for every single lab. This is why submitting these labs on time is very important. It gives you the room to go ahead and redo the lab in case you need to improve your grade. Okay, so that is for the lab. Another thing that I want to say is that for example, like lab 2 in there does not have a video. It does have a video for the actual mechanism of the reaction. So you need to look into that. And it does have a supporting information. So if you go ahead and you look at the supporting information in here, in the supporting information, I've written the mechanism of the reaction. It's not necessary that you start with this reactant, but if you start with a different reactant, please don't give this example as a mechanism of the reaction. When I ask about the mechanism of a certain reaction, I mean a mechanism of the reactants that used in the reaction. And there, so you do have to adjust the reactants to the ones that you use in the reaction and write the mechanism for that particular reactant. Okay, so we're not copy pasting in here. So please just pay attention of what you are doing. If you scroll to the course outline, we have 11 labs to turn those in. These, they do have a due dates in there. Releasing date is on this column. The due date is on this column. Please stick to the due date. If you need an extension, just let me know. Each lab is around 9% of your grade. So if you submit 2 labs, this is 18%. Right now, your overall grade sits on 0%. If you go to your grade book, you do have a 0% because you have not turned in any of these workbooks or lab reports. So once you turn in those reports in there, every lab will add up to the 9%, so that your total grade at the end will make up the 100%. This is everything I want to say regarding the lab portion. If you have any questions, please let me know. The first lab has a video. Watch that video. Let me show you where the video is for the first lab in there. So yeah, the first lab has a video over here. So please go ahead and watch the video. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Don't sleep on it. Just let me know and I'll hop on Teams and I can help you with those experiments.